welcome to TFLP Microcasters. I'm Lucas. I'm joined tonight by Christian
What up?
and Anna.
I'm really disappointed we didn't capture any of our weirdness right before we got started. I really
It
want
was
to get
strange.
Christian say more strange things right when we start.
Yeah, but I don't fall for that trick anymore. It's been 4 years.
I know. And Lucas knows me too well, too. It's been so long.
I understand.
We just know each other. We can't trick each other anymore. I bet I can be tricked.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out. Like on the little counter, right? Like this does not seem like it's accurate because it says one viewer, but then I know that we have at least two because we had two people commenting.
Oh.
Maybe
Yeah,
one's
because I'm
not
there too.
watching.
How do you comment but not watch? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Now it says two. So there we are.
Don't worry about the counter. It'll be fine.
There you go.
Yeah, there should be three because I'm there too. But whatever. I watch those because our
Okay.
precious
Well,
sister.
I don't know how this works. Anyway, all right. So first off, I guess Zaldron says if Lucas reads this verbatim on air, we'll do it. Book Club, Kiss Players Part 2, now with more Kiss Player action.
Yay! You just fixed book club.
I've never read the Kiss Player stuff. I've just heard you guys talk about it, so
So last week on book club on Sunday, we went over the first half-ish of the first season of the Kiss Players audio drama that was recently fan subbed. And it was a lot of fun because no one in the group had ever, just like Lucas, right? Like I've heard of Kiss Players. I kind of know what it is, but I don't know what is actually inside of it. They got to see the insides of Kiss Players. Inside out.
that doesn't sound good.
It's literally a plot of
Great.
one of the stories.
It's literally the plot of one of the stories. That's right. That's right. And it was a lot of fun. And Kiss Players is, not really nearly as scary as people think it is, but still,
It just doesn't sound interesting to me. Like, it does not sound like my cup of
Oh, it's
tea.
definitely interesting.
Well, it just doesn't sound like it's for me, is what I mean.
No, it's funny because I honestly think that Kiss Players is one of the darker plots. Like there is so much really bad stuff happening in Kiss Players. Like the world is a peril in an interesting way. There's a lot of really gory deaths. There's just like some really like dark things going on. And then it's wrapped up in this weird like young girls kissing robots wrapper that makes everybody go, I don't even want to look at it.
I'm glad we can get you to read gory deaths and everything except Last Stand.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somehow Anna's
but
like, I don't like those comics. Like they're and then somehow all this stuff that you're reading all the time is.
Yeah, the Kiss Players
gory.
manga, tons of death. Like lots of gory scenes. There's a whole 3 issues to it too.
Lucas, I don't know,
But
man.
tonight we're
We've been
not
trying
here
for
to
years.
talk about Kiss Players. Tonight we're here to talk about how in the world did you pick the 2 figures you picked, Christian? We were just like talking about Velocitron, and you were just like,
I picked 2 of the 4 that you have.
okay.
Well, I'm
Red
trying to
Rocket
figure this
Boy.
out too, because like I have some like cool, new molds. Like I've got multiple new molds that have come out.
Well, okay. So the
all these
reasons he
things. And
picked
Ian's
2
like, no,
that
I
I
don't wanna do
had
that
were
junk.
to include me.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Why am I on
picked 2
trial?
to include me. I just didn't know why these 2 went together. You're on trial because you're on Microcasters. The trial of Christian.
Their names both start with Road.
Although, did we do? I don't think we actually reviewed RC, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
No. Christian just did it. He just said they both start with Road because Road Hauler was just printed as Hauler, right? Not Road Hauler. So I didn't even catch the connection.
No, it's printed as Road Hauler. You just call him Hauler.
Was it?
Yeah.
This box is non-existent on my planet. Huh.
Yeah,
Weird.
they're
I was pretty
both
sure
start
it was
with road.
printed as just hauler.
No, he's road hauler now.
Fine. The road guys. Road
He
people.
shouldn't be, but he is.
Road
Yeah.
friends.
Road friends.
Well, tonight
Don't put me on
we talk
trial.
about the road friends.
I just want to include you in things.
The double road review. So do we want to talk about the Screamo or the bike?
Well,
let's do screaming first.
Okay, cool.
Unless
So the
Lucas
only
has
one
a
who has
differing
theirs
opinion.
in vehicle mode is
whatever.
Lucas.
Here we
So
go.
we have the fourth
It's
version
green.
of this mold.
Still cool,
Yeah.
but violently Constructicon green. Not quite Constructicon green. It's a little darker, but essentially.
I don't think it'll quite. I haven't actually taken it downstairs to have a hug with my Devastator yet. But yeah, I think it's a little different. But it's a nice bright color. Pretty.
I guess the green is different than the Devastator.
It's meant to evoke Constructicon colors for sure, but it's not quite the color. It's close.
Age-old question: when you send us 3 copy of the Reaction Unicron mold, we'll review it. That's when we'll do it.
I was gonna say the Reaction Unicron. I think we may have to get Rick and
do a whole episode on it
and Nick or whatever. Like, although all of them probably won't take it out of the package and they'll have it AFA graded or something. So yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
I've got my.
Oh, you didn't see that today?
If you
Super 7 announced their in the Reaction line, they're doing a 6-inch Unicron, which is the prototype Unicron. They're doing it as the prototype toy. As a 6-inch.
Does it look good?
It looks
From
like
the
toy.
one little shot they showed of it, it looks exactly like the prototype.
Yeah.
Is it massively overpriced like everything Super 7 does?
More than likely.
I don't know how much the 6-inch ones are. I think they'll be less than 60 and more than 20.
I think the 6-inch.
I'll have to look at it. Yeah, that totally missed me today. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's like the picture of it looks good. It'll mostly be, a rubbery plastic statue. So I think it'll do the job just fine.
Probably.
It's not going to transform, but
is it the same size as the 5-inch or the little things that are in the package they sell at Target?
Those are 3.
It is a 6-inch.
3 3/4.
So it is it's from the Reaction line, but it's a 6-inch, what do they call it? Like massive size or something giant size. I can't remember what they called it, but it was a funny.
The Devastator that they have coming out, is it like the same size as
yes. It's like the Devastator.
Okay.
It is the same exact 6-inch as the Devastator.
If it looks like the prototype toy, then consider me intrigued.
It does look like the prototype toy. We'll see. Anyway, Velocitron.
Oh, thank you, Zoltan.
So Velocitron has a weird set of characters.
Yeah.
That pretty much come from the Wreckers comic because Velocitron was featured in it.
Yeah.
So this little friend was there. He was in the race. He was in the
race.
Woo.
This giant construction crane guy. Yeah, he's very fast.
Very fast.
I don't know, maybe he's very fast. Velocitronian cranes are different than Earth cranes.
He was freaking racing. It was funny. It was just funny to see. It was like, oh, he finally gets to show up in fiction. It was like, wait, he's in the Speedia? It was funny.
Well, I mean, he shows up. I don't think he spoke. Or if he did, it was like...
I don't think he got a line.
Extra dialogue, not like
real
speaking dialogue.
If he spoke, it was a truck saying a line. Because I don't think he was ever in robot mode, was he?
Maybe once.
Maybe once. Okay.
Him and Clamp Down together. I don't know.
So yeah, same old. Lucas held it up in vehicle mode. It's the same as it has been. It's grapple, not inferno, right? So
yes.
For whatever it matters, it has a crane, not a fire truck thing.
Still a good figure. I had kind of forgotten that this is 4, not 3, but you're right. It is 4. I still like it. It's still good. It's well proportioned. It looks nice. It transforms fun. Yeah, we still like it. Except,
it's
look at this thing. He's eternally screaming.
Yeah, so Hasbro has been for a while making a bunch of figures that look like dead mannequins that have no emotion and no features to their face. And they have finally listened to me and listened to my heart and given me a beautiful, beautiful expressive face. Look at that scream. He's upset about something for the rest of his life.
And he doesn't even have hands.
Yes, you could go the Paul Rudd and say he's sad because he has no hands. That's why he is screaming. Oh yeah, I have his accessories sticking up either side of his head house. Yes.
I have crane ponytail going on.
Oh, I've done that with mine too in the past. Give him a little ponytail. Yeah, so the screaming face is new.
I'm not a fan of the screaming face. I don't hate the screaming face, but I would prefer something more neutral. Or if it has to be expressive, that's fine. I'm okay with expressive. Just something that's not anguish all the time.
And this is why Hasbro does the neutral faces, right? Because who complains about neutral faces? No one.
Anna.
Me.
Except for Anna.
Me. Always. All the time. Hey, I get to have one face, right? This face looks great. I love it. They did a great job. It looks expressive. He looks like he's screaming. He looks like he's alive, energetic. It's nice to see that on a figure. He doesn't just look like another dead statue. It's cool. My only problem with it is mine is missing just a little touch of his eyeliner on one of his eyes. So he has the eyeliner that does the entire shape of his eye. One of the corners of the inside of his eye on it would be his right eye is missing. So his eye looks kind of weird, right? His eyes look like one smaller than the other because of that. Because he's missing just a little bit.
How is it? Okay, so
mine was too, actually.
I don't think mine is. Like, I don't know. Do you see? Mine does not look like it's missing it, does it?
No, from what I can see, yours is whatever they call that thing, symmetrical.
I think it's funny that like I really don't care that much about the the paint stuff. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I would if I had as many issues as you do, Anna, with the paint.
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking about getting out. I have like a one of those like 2 or 3 bristle paint brushes for fine details. I think I might put a little bit of black paint on it and fix it because it's driving me crazy. They love looking at his face. He's screaming.
I may grab my extra grapples head and switch it with this one, paint black. I got an extra grapple to be my More Than Meets the Eye hauler, so it's just sitting in vehicle mode on my Arc Crew shelf. So I can switch out heads and do a little bit of painting.
You can just send this head to me and I'll throw away one of my other heads.
Okay, cool.
Screaming is so good.
I didn't like it on the Seekers, and I don't like it on this. It's not horrible, whereas Skullface would say it's not hateful. It's just not what I would prefer.
Yeah, I think that's just so bad. I think that's just too bad that others in our fandom don't get into the more expressive faces. Like, I know that being stuck with a single expression on the character is kind of I get why that's kind of not great. Like, I complained about that with Masterpiece for years because everyone only came with one expression. So, I didn't get to choose whether this person was happy or screaming or sad. It was just whichever emotion he came with. Except for Megatron. Masterpiece Megatron came with like 50 expressions. It was perfect. And New Starscream came with a bunch of expressions. Also perfect. So I get why it bothers you.
My own ideas onto them.
Yeah, I'm tired of projecting neutrality. It's time to scream.
But yeah, he's screaming, but he looks good. The Autobot symbol is good.
Really good.
The paint work on this, while minimal, is really good. And the clear blue plastic they've used for the windows is similar to Bulkhead's clear blue plastic. That looks really good. Yeah, good figure. Still a good figure. Looks good in green. It's nice to have this dude. Like I said, I've been using a grapple in vehicle mode just for my episode 1 version of him, but he got more of a character, vaguely, as this version, so I'm happy. Did he belong on Velocitron? Probably not. But does he exist? Yeah. Yeah, he does.
So, are there any other versions of this mold that we're like missing?
Any other characters that should be made in this mold?
I don't know. Did they have? Yeah. Was there another repaint of this down the line somewhere, like Shattered Glass or just whatever?
No.
Okay.
I think we're done here.
There we go.
I can't think of anyone else normally we would get out of this mold. I'm really excited though, because I've always, like, this has always been one of my favorite Transformers designs. Like this fire truck turned into a man Inferno body type, and it strays very little from the G1 design. Does the truck mode perfectly, does the robot mode perfectly. It's one of my favorite versions of this transformation scheme / body type. Like, I love it. And this is one of the best ones out there. Like, I really like some of the MP ones as well. I don't actually like the official MP version of the fire truck. I actually like MC's better.
I still don't know why you guys don't like that one. I still think that masterpiece is cool.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I like the Make Toys one.
Well, this is kind of similar to Make Toys.
It is kind of similar to Make Toys.
This one is not as fat. Like the Make Toys one is chunkier. And to be honest, the funny thing is this one actually fills in better, I feel like, than the Make Toys. Like the Make Toys on the back is a little bit open. And this one I feel it actually fills it in better. So
yep.
I don't know. It's good.
The Make Toys was bulky big.
Yeah.
To me, the Make Toys was bulky big. The MP was overweight big. And the MMC was Japanese G1 robot skinny.
Yeah.
So that's why I like that one. Because it just looks like an 80s Japanese super robot to me. Which is fun. But this is great. This is a great update, realization. Voyager size mold. I love it.
Yeah, I think we're done, but if they wanted to do some crazy remolding and try to make a pyro out of this, I wouldn't say no, but I'd prefer that be from Bulkhead.
Yeah.
Pyro Bulkhead, please. Or maybe Pyro Inferno and Clinch Bulkhead, something like that. I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we're done. Shattered Glass, Grapple, Inferno, Artfire, Hauler did not. They were never depicted, so they have to have new color schemes for that.
I don't think we talked about Artfire out here. Artfire is beautiful.
Artfire is beautiful.
Very pretty.
I think I'm
always been a pretty design.
How did we not do that?
I don't know. I got mine at a weird time. Yeah. Anywho,
I might like this one better than Artfire. The green, it's not like anything else we've ever gotten besides his original toy, I suppose. It's similar to the Constructicons, but not quite. It's pretty unique on a shelf.
My other Artfire is the MP, which I need to get rid of now because I don't need it anymore. I don't particularly like that mold. But I want to keep his Target Master forever because the MP Target Master is amazing. Anywho.
Now we have other Road Friend. This is Road Rocket.
Yes, the roads go together. We're not
female.
talking about Target Masters.
I actually think this one is more interesting. Like the Hauler, I'm just like, whatever. It's like the green version. I wasn't as interested in that one, but this is kind of interesting. Like, obviously this is the second version of this mold. The first one was Prime RC, which we didn't review, and
I feel like we really did.
Maybe we did. I don't know.
I really think we did.
It doesn't.
I didn't have it at the time, so we didn't review it. Not all of us.
The wheels are painted nicely.
They are.
They look cool. With the stuff like the deco on it's like pretty good.
The new head is very cool.
I do have myself. I have like a little paint chip over here, but it's whatever. But the shins are painted nicely.
The paints on the side wings are a little off, but it's not bad.
So, I don't know. I think it's an interesting take on the bike, and I don't have to get out some of my other bike transformers, but I feel like most of the time that bike transformers are not like, they just look like they have a motorcycle hanging off their back. Like this one, I actually feel like it does it a little bit better.
It depends on how you can configure it, because you can do the back wheel a different kind of ways. This one is accurate to G2 Road Rocket. The other way I had it with RC was just the wheel folded up against the back, which is accurate to her.
I do agree with age-old question that yes, this color scheme is very similar to Windblade. I think it would be, Windblade who borrowed the color scheme from Road Rocket, who was so obscure that no one knew. So yeah, definitely some similarities there. Maybe some maybe one of the conventions will make a bike version of Wheelblade, River Wheelblade from the Fans Hobby one. That's funny. B2 Wheelblade. Anywho.
I'm excited that
I like the bike mode quite a bit.
I
never got to see the bike mode before.
I'm excited that
it's a good little bike mode.
I'm just transforming it. Don't mind me. Like the bike mode looks really nice. It looks like a motorcycle. So yeah, and I appreciate that they're doing more G2 versions of characters. I was kind of worried when some of that G2 stuff didn't sell well, and whatever, however many years ago, when Combiner Wars, that they were not going to do much more, and I appreciate that they're going back to it.
I like
this time
that
not
she
just
has the
repaint.
G2 Autobot symbol on her collar.
I like that too. I like seeing the G2 Autobot symbol on there. It made me smile.
I actually bought 2 Road Rockets because one is going to be Road Rocket, and I'm going to paint the other one yellow into Robots in Disguise Sideways. I know painting with yellow is a suicide mission, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Right.
I almost bought 3 so I can make Laser Cycle Jazz, but I kind of think that's coming officially.
Okay.
I don't know.
Could happen.
It feels like something that would happen. Like, I don't think they would do Sideways.
These days.
No one cares about Robots in Disguise, except we just got Scourge, so I don't know. But, no one cares about Robots in Disguise. And if they did, they wouldn't care about Sideways. If they cared about Sideways, they'd do the Armada version, not the other one. So, yeah, I'm making that one. Laser Cycle Jazz, though, feels like a Combat Hero Megatron kind of thing. Where they're like, hey, that was a thing that never came out. Let's make that thing come out. So, like, maybe in a 2-pack with just the cab of Laser Prime as Combat Hero Prime. I don't know. Something.
That could be cool.
Something there.
Yeah, I could see something like that happening. That'd be cool.
Making stuff up, but hopefully.
I've heard from other people that this toy goes really well with original size G.I. Joe figures. So if you have any of the 3 3/4 figures, they apparently fit on it very well. And it's good for if you want to have your Transformers G.I. Joe crossover, which is now becoming official with the crappy toys that'll be coming out in not too long. You could have that in toy form. And you could do it better by using the newer G.I. Joe figures and a good Transformer instead of using the old school G.I. Joe figures and bad Transformers.
Yo, Joe. Right? That's the thing they say?
That is.
I think so.
Sure. You're trying so hard to pretend not to know.
I've heard Yo Jobra, but that was on Community, and they teamed up.
I believe that would be a parody.
It was animated. It was great.
I've heard that was very amusing.
It was very amusing. Anyway.
And it got some of you young kids to hear about G.I. Joe for a minute.
The youths.
So this figure is pretty cool. I did not realize until I looked at it how close this is in color to the original toy. Like, it's spot on in colors. And from the right angles with, the wheels done up on the back, the way that I think Christian has it right now.
Yep.
From the right angles, it actually looks just like the G2 toy, which is cool. Just that it got so close without changing anything from the RC mold. Other than the head.
I hate this weapon.
You don't like the shuriken?
I really don't.
Did RC come with that?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. The paint to make the shuriken is better than it was. When RC it was just clear blue, pretty much the same blue. This needs like the weird chainsaw weapon. I guess it's not a chainsaw, it's a buzzsaw. Yeah, I know saws. It needs to have that weapon. I guess Matrix Workshop or DNA or somebody will make it, and then I'll buy it, and it'll be great. But I get what they were going for, and I saw Mark's design notes for this. It just doesn't come through very well. But
yeah, it doesn't. No, I agree with you. It's it's a shuriken inside of a pointless circle. If it was just a shuriken, it would be cool. But since the shuriken
made it energon, I get it. Not good. Like, I understand.
You could think of it as like a motion blur thing, right? It's spinning through the sky, and it's the blue motion blur around it.
I've never fallen for that. They have like a motion blur Mjolnir for the Marvel Legends Thors that they use sometimes, and I don't buy it then either. There's just a circle of hammers. I'm just like,
I see those.
Have that.
It's funny. It's a circle of hammers.
I can't suspend my disbelief for that. And I guess that's a failing on my part, not the toys.
I guess so. I think failing would be a strong word. It's just a limitation.
This is a good figure, though. I really enjoy the new head. I really like the paint. The presence of the G2 Autobot symbol is awesome. The ability to reconfigure the wheels so they look appropriate is great because, Flame War doesn't look like this, RC doesn't look like this, but Road Rocket does look like this. So, yeah.
I just lost an arm. After I was telling Anna.
It's not good.
I was like, oh, what are you talking about? Like QC issues.
And then an arm slides off.
I think my only complaint about this figure is just the way, like, why didn't they put a pin joint on the waist? Like, would that have been worse? Like, would you have shredded it? Like, by doing it this way, does it not break the figure, whereas it would have potentially broken the figure if they would have put an actual pin joint? Because, like, it's just frustrating. You have to do so much, like, turning around on that middle joint. And so then you end up, like, taking her apart accidentally when you transform it, if you're not careful.
Yeah, I definitely did that with mine. And when I did it, I put it back together in a way that the waists clipped together easier, which was actually putting it back together wrong. So I couldn't figure out how to transform it again. I was like, oh my God, I could never go back to a bike. But then I realized I put it back together wrong after I popped off the waist. And it was fine after I fixed it. Mine has had some, like, kind of frustrating, like, the waist does come off really easy. One of the arms has popped off multiple times, but today it's being good. That's nice. And I just have a lot of trouble keeping the front of the bike on, which apparently is by design. It's supposed to come off, according to Lucas earlier today. I thought it was supposed to stay on.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to come on, but, like, what I'm saying is it's not glued in there. It's just a piece.
Right,
so
it's not glued. It just comes off.
Yeah. So
mine is just really loose, and it comes off too easy. For my sake, Christian's face is telling me that's the first time he's ever seen that piece come off the figure.
Good face interpretation. I'm staring at her now like, did you do that?
Yeah, I don't think there's glue there.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, it just comes off. It doesn't do anything. So I don't think it's to use as a shield or anything. I think it's just a piece.
No, I think it's just that it's whatever. Like, it's another
a separate piece that goes into another piece.
A separate piece, yeah.
Yeah. They
Okay, I
decided
did it.
one
It,
reason
it
or
was
another.
not difficult. It wasn't unnecessarily easy either.
What was it?
It wasn't difficult. It wasn't easy.
Oh, pulling it off. Mine comes off
Yeah.
super easy, unfortunately. But
Mm.
I've gotten used to holding it on during the transformation.
Same with
I
mine.
honestly, when I saw pictures of RC, I honestly felt like I hated this figure. Like the whole
Me too.
design, the hollowness on the center, the like skinniness in the center, like all of that looked really bad in pictures on RC. When I saw RC in person on the shelves, I was like, that looks a lot better. Not good enough to take it home. When Christian showed me his, I was like, that's a lot better. Not good enough that I want to have one. I'll wait for a repaint. I waited for the repaint, and geez, actually in hand, actually owning it, I really like it. Like the robot mode is just really cool. The emptiness on the inside of the torso like doesn't stand out nearly as much. It's probably because of the dark red and the dark black, causing just the right shadows to kind of give you a false 3 dimension when really there is a little bit of hollowness there. Doesn't look bad at all. The arms mostly cover it. It looks really cool. The colors go together. It's a very pretty figure. I really like it. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised. Like I want to like things. I swear.
Yeah. RC surprised me back in the day. This one is still very good. I'm looking forward to Flame more. I already told you guys I'm making Sideways. I want Laser Cycle Jazz, so I'm kind of hoping I get a million of these. There's a vague sense that Prowl listing for next year is an animated Prowl from this mold. So maybe.
I think it'd probably work from this.
It would. Yeah. It would
work.
Work.
They would give him this goddamn shuriken, though. You know they would. They'd be like, we can use the shuriken again.
Oh, I guarantee you.
They would.
He's a ninja.
And I would toss it in the box, and that would be done.
The next
it would be nice to see that version of Prowl again, because it's so different from the G1 Prowls. They're not even really.
It is.
They're Prowl in name only.
It's cool. I would like to see that Prowl as well. I don't know about this mold. Like, I don't know if I want him to be this, but if he was and they remolded him a bit so he'd be unique, I'd be okay with that.
Well, I think he would, if you really needed to have him look like he needed to look, I think that's where the windscreen coming off would come in handy, because then it wouldn't have the wing parts. He would look more lithe that way. So take the wheel off.
That's true.
Take the screen off, and then he looks like Prowl.
The thing is, the animated Prowl toy just is still good.
It's perfect.
Like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no reason to replace it. And I don't know about animated and Legacy. I don't know if I really like animated and Legacy, because animated was so different because of the art style. Standardizing it might take away some of its heart.
That's a weird noise. I would like to see stuff like Wasp transition over. That version of Sentinel, I think, could transition over really well. Safeguard, maybe, but that would be hard to do. I think there's things you could do, and particular ones you could bring over that would still carry the spirit. And I do think that Prowl is one of those. Bulkhead is there, but he's more prime bulkheady. You could do it. I've seen some really compelling customs from, particularly like Bumblebee, just the normal, not the Volkswagen B, but like the buzzworthy one with the cliff mold, painted up with stripes to be animated B, and you could put a new face on that, and boom, there you go. I think it's close enough, and I think it carries the spirit through. So I'm willing to try animated in Legacy.
I just feel like if you don't do the exaggerated, I feel like if you don't do the exaggerated faces, it won't feel like animated. And I feel like they wouldn't do the exaggerated faces, or it wouldn't go with everything else.
I think there's a good middle ground you can reach.
We might see. I'm always up for them trying it, because if they try it and I don't like it, I just don't get it. It'll be all right. And I watch you guys talk about it, and it's cool.
I think
if they try it and I do like it, then I'm happy.
I'd like to see animated come over. I'd like to see live action come over to Legacy. Something like a Blackout or something. I mean, Barricade exists in Siege and Earthrise, so there's pieces you can bring over.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if they wanted to do a Laser Optimus in movie Optimus colors, I'm okay with that.
That'd be neat. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't get it, but I'd like to see it.
Something like that. If Legacy is supposed to represent everything, let's represent everything.
Yeah, I really like it, even though it doesn't have. Actually, there's only one point of articulation it's missing, isn't it? Just the waist. I think otherwise it has everything. Has wrist swivel, has ankle tilt.
Does it not have waist?
Not if you have it pegged in.
Oh, well, I mean,
if you on-peg it and very carefully move it, yes, you can get some waist swivel.
See, there you go. It's got it.
But if you have it pegged in, it doesn't swivel at all.
I think you can make it work.
Which is fine. I don't want to make it work just because I've actually ripped off her waist so many times now.
Look at that. Totally fine.
It has plenty of articulation. It has plenty of posing. It looks nice. I could do without ninja faces, but apparently it's accurate. So I didn't even know that figure had a ninja face because I haven't looked at it in so long.
Yeah, he did ninja things in the Chichu manga.
Why don't you like ninja faces?
I don't know. I think I just like more expressions. The ninja faces usually have less expressions, so it's just angry eyes.
Better, honestly.
They do make me not complain about lack of expression because there is no expression.
See, there you go.
Now, I just noticed, Christian, when you mentioned the G2 version, you called it a he, and and now it is a she. Maybe just because they made it off RC. Maybe they didn't actually care about giving like a recharacterization. They were just like, anything off RC is a girl, whatever. So it is she, but for the nothing, she does almost nothing in the Wreckers comic. She's in it. She is one of the more featured random characters.
Every character in that Wreckers book essentially does nothing. Even the main
She even
ones.
Speaks.
Road Rocket does speak, that's true.
Does have some dialogue. It doesn't really like show personality or anything. It's just some generic dialogue, but it's there.
I don't know why that book and these figures are tied together. Like, I don't understand that process. Right. But that book was garbage, and these figures are all really good so far. We'll get to more of them in the next week or the week after. We'll get to more of them.
Yeah.
But these two, I really like the paint for repaints. Right, we're getting repaints, but they're very good repaints.
Well, except for one that is not a repaint that they short packed, and everyone's flipping out that they can't get it. But hey.
And the other one that's not a repaint.
But no one's freaking out about that one.
No one freaks out about her.
What was the other?
Override.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Override, I'm just hearing from everybody being like, that figure looks cool, but I have no attachment to it. Boop, boop, boop. Whatever.
You should have attachment to her because she's great.
She's great. And what attachment do y'all have to G2 cycles? I mean, they have like almost no fiction. One toy each.
J'accuse. Yeah. Brought the French.
You did.
I'm not accusing you, Anna. I'm accusing people who are like, oh, I don't like Override, but I gotta have Red Rock anyway. Yeah, them. You know who you are.
No, I agree. I think it's why Anyway, that'll be a tell for another day. This is cool. Highly recommended. Hauler is perfect. So also highly recommended. These two are lovely.
I don't know that we'll ever get another hauler. I don't know that we'll ever need another hauler. It's perfect.
I don't know if we'll ever need another Road Rocket. Because Road Rocket...
Probably not.
I mean, she got her comic appearance. And then that continuity went pew! Goodbye. So... I don't know why that's sound effect.
It was a good
whatever.
Anna, that story was horrible. And we've seen the art coming out of Last Bot Standing lately. They're done. They need to leave. I was a really big fan of
Hey.
IDW for a really long time, and they've been phoning it in for 4 years.
I do think overall the Wreckers, what the hell was it? Treads and Circuits. Yeah, Treads and Circuits. I think Treads and Circuits was not a good product overall. It had a start that I was very interested in, and then the delivery was not great. The figures we got off of it, like Christian said, though, they've been winners, so that's cool.
Yeah. Weird time. Did Hasbro mandate the figures go into something, and that's what was in production at the time, or were they making? Because Lightfoot's in that too. It's weird.
We're making
what is
it
the order of
sound.
Operations on that? I would like to know.
We're making it sound like there's going to be a Velocitron 2, right? That's what people are saying.
We're making it sound that way, but yeah, there is.
The fandom is making it sound that way.
Oh, so, yeah, Crasher's in it.
Yes, that has Crasher in it.
A Shadow Striker is in it.
Crasher, who was not in the comic. Shadow Striker was not in the comic, either version.
As far as I know. Oh.
No, so
Well, Shadow Striker, the Cyberverse one, is in IDW 2 in general, but was not in Tread and Circuits.
I would really like to see what's her name?
Roulette.
Well,
Velocity.
Sure. No.
Aileron.
Showed up in the Wreckers comic is the Decepticon from the Unicron trilogy. Thunderblast. Yes. Thunderblast. I would really like to see Thunderblast get a toy just because she was randomly in that comic.
Yeah.
RC Revolt. Telling you.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. I'm still game. More Unicron trilogy.
On that.
Please.
And Thunderclash.
Please and thank you.
All the Thunder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't go read that book. Never ever read that book, please. But please get these figures because we really like them.
Check out the art, though. The art was good. The art was good.
It was.
You don't get to make that face. It was good art. It was bright. It was colorful. It was nice.
It is better than I could draw.
Probably.
You could say about Last Man Standing. And yet,
we actually don't know how high of a bar that is. Perhaps we should have a picture.
There you go.
I can learn now. Look what I have.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna learn
how to draw blocks. All right, I think we've chatted.
Yeah, we're done. Bye, Hauler. Bye, Road Rocket. We'll talk about more Velocitron later. We'll see you next week, same time, same place.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you to everyone in the chat, to Zaldron and Age Old Question, and to Daniel. And I think that's it. So
I think that's it tonight.
And then also, I guess apparently you guys are doing Kiss Players Spectacular on Book Club. So
yeah. Kiss Players 2 next time, which is actually still just the second half of Kiss Players 1. Don't get confused. It's not actually the second season of Kiss Players.
So there
just
you go.
The second half of the first
Good
season.
clarification.
Yeah. So
I know people would get confused because everyone knows that Kiss Players has 2 seasons.
Check out the TF Talk Discord where they will discuss that on Sunday night. But check it out in general because it's a fun place to hang out. Unless you're me. Since
It'll be fun.
Go out there. But anyway. All right. Well, thank you guys, and we will see you next week.
Good night.